All right, more HK SP5 questions. Just going through all the channels or all the questions on YouTube. Received a lot of DMs and just comments on the video I posted. So as opposed to trying to reply to them all, it's just easier to go through them in video format. A lot of questions and comments regarding the Optic mount. So what this one is just a regular claw mount. This is Midwest Industries. Then an ADM QD mount, which they make it in different heights. So it's like co-witness, lower third, and then low. That works also with a HoloSun 509T. It's the same footprint as this SCRS from HoloSun. So anyway, I did the very low mount. So this is the lowest one I could get it to get the Optic, as close to the bore as I can with the ADM mount, because I'm not using the mount that came with the HoloSun. Anyway, this thing's been pretty dynamite so far. Saturday, I did the thing to the range 2 times actually this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Put another 500-600 rounds through it, so it's probably at 1,500-1,600 rounds total, something like that. My first shots out of the day Saturday, I just set it down on a table. I had gold dots in it. I used to use the magazine, just set the magazine down to rest it against the bench. And at 25 yards, just to check my zero, I shot a 3-shot group that was basically clover-leafed. I was like, let's go. Like, the gun zeroed, and anyway, I was impressed. It's been good to me. As far as height goes, this feels about like a lower, or a 193 mount, what it would feel like on a AR-15. The stock might get changed at some point, or brace, to be like the Sig Rattler style, where it comes out more straight. But anyway, for now, I'm digging the setup. Next comment, very cool setup, only 1,000 rounds. I feel like that's 5 times more than most YouTube reviewers. I would agree with you. Shots fired. But this will, like I said, maybe 1,600 rounds so far, but I'll be shooting it a bunch more. Let's see. Nice setup. Enjoyed the SCRS on his CMG Banshee. Interested in my thoughts of the HK versus Zenith when it comes back around. I've received a lot of questions asking about the comparison. I'll do a video when I get the Zenith back. Just a quick recap. I got it to begin with, the scope mount. I shot at iron sights the first trip, but it worked great because I couldn't get the claw mount to go on the receiver. Got the gun back. I sent it back in with an RMA. Got the gun back. Scope mounted perfectly. Went out to zero. It no longer functioned because they'd replaced a bunch of faulty parts, but made it not reliable. So they've got it a second time. And I got an email on Friday, so 3 days ago, saying that this is on a Monday, I'm recording this, that it's being sent back to me, that it's ready to come back, that they're confident it's fixed. So anyway, we'll see. As far as like fit and finish, one compared to the other, just looking at them, they look about the same. As far as my limited time with the Zenith, I'll make more comparison videos when I get it back. The HK, just notice right off the bat, is smoother in every way. So running like the charging handle, video won't do it justice, but it's just not having, there's no high or low spots. You don't hear anything grinding. It just feels like it slides along compared to resistance anywhere else, stuff like that. As far as the magazines, whether the bolt's locked open or not, just the way the magazines, like, they just snap in place. It's positive. This is definitely better than the Zenith was, just for how positive they are and how, like, it's very minimal effort, and the magazines just snap right in place. So I do think the fit and finish is a bit better on the HK, but makes sense because this is a $2,500 to $3,000 gun, and I don't know, the Zenith, probably a good guy price is in the 14 range, something like that. So I mean, it's not quite twice the money, but it is a lot more money. So anyway, I'll do a comparison video when I get that back. Let's see. How do I like the Omega 9K? Did I switch my locking block to the 80 degree to improve cycling speed while suppressed? Do you notice more blowback to your face, the ejection port while it's suppressed? This is worth talking about. So it's an Omega 9K, with the Trilug, because, I mean, why not? One thing I noticed, well, every range trip I take kind of a variety of ammo just to try different stuff. I had some 90 grain stuff, some 90 grain Winchester that I got my hands on, and I shot maybe 100 or 150 rounds through that this weekend. With that stuff and 115 grain ammo, I do get kind of unburnt powder spitting back and hitting me, where I'd want to be using eye protection, just because you end up with kind of just like little specks, like powder kind of on my face when I get done. I took the can off and shot the gun without the can. No issues at all with that ammo, so it's definitely suppressor caused. I suspect it's due to the burn rate and the propellant used with those specific rounds, and probably the velocity, because it has higher velocity. Shooting a mix of 124s, Blazer Brass, and American Eagle 124, I get 0 of that. So as of right now, 124 Full Metal Jacket's just my go-to stuff. No spit back, anything like that. I didn't change. I'm familiar with that locking block piece. I haven't changed anything. In fact, I haven't even lubricated this gun. This is exactly how it came out of the box. Look inside the ejection port. It's getting a little bit gummy and greasy, but I mean, I don't know. It's good enough for the SAS. It's good enough for me. So I'm just going to keep shooting it and not lubricating it for a while just to see what happens. So anyway, with light bullets, I get some of the splashback, definitely caused by the can. If I remove the suppressor, no issues at all with any bullet. It cycles with all of them. You just get kind of unburnt powder. That's what it feels like, kind of hitting my face. And if I look afterwards, like I'll see a little bit of that just on my face, just that powder residue. Let's see. How does it feel in terms compared to other 9mm carbines I've shot? So it's, somebody in the comments already chimed in, it's roller delayed, which is the softest kind of way to shoot softest 9mm compared to gas blowback. So the roller delayed stuff is very soft. Doing doubles with this thing at 20-25 meters, I can hold the A zone also, which is kind of fun. It just, the dot just kind of flicks up and comes right back down. So the goal for me is just not to put any input or shove on the gun. Even with the, I don't know, call it a 4 to 5 pound trigger, it's pretty easy to shoot it straight anyway, just with a bit of practice and just getting used to the offset. So let's see. And then just comments about the SCRS. So this is Walter PDP, should work out great. Love the optic. Yeah, me too. So this has been, I'm just along for the ride. It doesn't use batteries at all. It sits in a backpack more than it goes to the range. And I've had no issues with the light, you know, the optic not being on when I get to it. So no issues so far, but it'll be fun to play around with it just because I'm used to every optic I have has a battery compartment in some way. The only other thing that I want to talk about is just getting stuff on the lens of the flashlight. I've had no issues with this. If I run this thing without the can, something like the 115 stuff, I'll notice I get a little bit more dirt on the front lens of the light. But I had the can on it for most of the weekend, and there's 0. The light is like spotless. No powder to clean off. Nothing like that. So anyway, this thing is pretty fly. I haven't changed anything related to the switch since even my initial setup. So my hand just sits here when I'm shooting it, and if I want to get the light, all I do is just move my thumb, and I can press it for momentary if I want it, or click it for constant on. So anyway, no changes to the gun so far. But anyway, hopefully that answers the questions you have. If you have any more, drop them below.